welcome back to my channel. My name's Addie and welcome to another reading vlog. Okay, so it's been a minute and I feel like this happens every time I get like to the middle of the semester or to the end, like middle end, where I just feel dead and I have no motivation for anything and I start to slump and just like, not just even a reading slump because I feel like I've been okay with reading. It's just like a posting life slump where like I've just been lazily reading and lazy doing everything really. So I really do apologize. I feel like I do this all the time. I feel like at this point it's just like kind of part of my charm. So for the reading update is I think I finished The Winners. I finished the Baritone series and I didn't vlog it, but it was just magnificent. It was beautiful and I don't think I'll ever be the same again, and it put me into I can feel it putting me into a slump right now. So I'm starting Wild Side by Elsie Silver. I already started it, about 200 pages in. Honestly, not my favorite Elsie Silver book right off the bat. I don't love it. But I am gonna keep finishing it because like, even though I'm not loving it, it's making me really mad. Actually, like very angry for our main girl. I feel entertained. So that's really all I can ask for right now. So I'm gonna keep reading this. I also have a little book haul from my spring break book shopping for you guys a little bit later in this vlog. I'll be doing my April spread in this vlog. Hopefully a little bit of knitting. I've been watching Temptation Island, which I've been obsessed with, so hopefully I'll finish that. And I think for my vlogs, to get me back into a vlogging mood, I think I'm gonna go back to my roots and just start doing like cozy mood reading vlogs because those are my absolute favorite things to film and I think those are what I do best. So I think I'm gonna go back to just doing like cozy vlogs, like feel good vlogs. I just kind of like tell you anything bookish or crafty that I'm doing. So I think that's what I'm gonna start doing for now to hopefully get me back into vlogging. But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading Wild Side and I think maybe after that I'll read Sunrise on the Reaping because that just came out and I'm dying to get to it. So let's hope and pray we get out of this life slump together in this vlog. So that's the goal. Right now I'm just putting away some clothes and I'm gonna read a little bit of Wild Side and then we'll vlog a little bit and I will talk to you guys a little bit later. So I have actually finished Wild Side and it was so quick. Like I went out to that patio, it was so windy, so I came back in and then I just kind of finished it all in one sitting. It was good. I think I was just feeling grumpy when we talked earlier because I just finished The Winners and I'm like, oh, nothing can ever compare to this book again. And the beginning of this book really did upset me, but as I did read more of it, I understood kind of the motivations behind Reese, our main guy, and I felt a lot more like okay about him. And then I ended up actually really liking him. I was initially thinking this was gonna be like a 3-star, one of my lower rated Elsie Silver books, but I think this is around like a 3.75 because I really did enjoy this. I know I saw a few people complaining about this, how like the romance didn't really start kicking in until like the 60%-ish mark, and I actually, unpopular opinion, I actually really like that. I like the pacing when Elsie Silver does her slow pacing. I think that's what she does best. I really like a slow burn, and I don't like it when like 38% in and they're like already into each other. I'm like, no. So I liked that this was a little bit slower paced. So basically this book followed Tabitha, and this is the third book in like the Rose Hill series, I think, and I don't like it as much as the Chestnut Spring series, but I am enjoying the series pretty well. And this one follows this girl Tabitha. She's pretty prickly. Her sister has had like some substance abuse problems in the past, and like it's been alluded to that she kind of does a lot for her and she's not appreciated the way she should be by other characters in the series, so in other books. So we got to kind of see Tabitha's side of that. But her sister has a nephew, and her sister left her nephew to her landlord Reese instead of her sister, and her sister's like, no, like I've been like raising this kid, give me this kid, like what that, like it has to be like some cruel joke. But Reese is actually like really loves this kid too, and like he's like I don't know, like, and he's heard really bad things about Tabitha. So Tabitha is willing to do anything that she can to keep her nephew, and that means having a marriage of convenience to Reese, because Reese is an American and Rose Hill is in Canada. So to be able to cross the borders that easily like that, she had to get married. So, and she does not like Reese because obviously she thinks some things about him and he's trying to like take her nephew away. So anyway, it was a good read. I actually ended up really liking the romance. I feel like they were a good match. I'm actually way more excited for the next one because it got alluded to that it's like what the trope is gonna be and stuff, and like who are the characters, and I'm really excited for that one. So looking forward to that. So overall, around a 4-star read. Let's get into next reads. So I think for this vlog, and for all my, I think I'm gonna start, as I said before, I'm gonna start doing way more laid back reading vlogs, kind of go back to that weekly laid back routine, and I think I'm gonna really enjoy doing that, and I think that's what I do best, honestly, is just kind of like chill. She's chewing my plastic, I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna mood read, and if I feel like I put so much pressure on myself to read like 3 books in a vlog, and sometimes like I can't read 3 books in a week as a full-time college student. It's just so hard when like I'm watching all these videos of these girls doing it, and I'm like comparing myself, and I'm like, when the point of the reading vlog is just kind of like get like real time of how I'm feeling and how about the books I'm reading that week. So I think I'm gonna go back to doing that. So I think for the rest of the week, the 2 books I would like to read that I'm thinking right now. This is the 6th book in the Veronica Speedwell series. It's An Unexpected Peril. Also, during my little break, I've decided that like the amount of series I'm in the middle of is actually atrocious, and I need to like get that down to like 1 series at a time, I feel. So right now the series that I'm really trying to finish is the Veronica Speedwell series, and this is like kind of a wintry one, so I want to read it like right as like, I know the weather's just about to turn spring. It's cold again today, but it's like spring is like peeking through. It's trying. So we'll get the last of our winter reads out of here, and I would like to read this week. I'm really excited. I don't know what this is gonna be. This is A Princess is Missing and a Peace Treaty is on the verge of collapse in this new Veronica Speedwell adventure. So that sounds, I always love their little mysteries, so I'm really excited to get to this. But first, we gotta read Sunrise on the Reaping, because my For You page has been so close to spoiling me so many times. I need to get off TikTok. Like, I don't know if I've had a book almost be spoiled for me so many times like this one has. Like, people are quick with this. Like, this just came out. My mom has like already read it. This is her book, so I don't know how people are reading so fast. So I'm gonna get Sunrise on the Reaping. For those of you who live under a rock, this is another prequel to The Hunger Games. This is Haymitch's story, and it says, when you've been set up to lose everything you love, what is there left to fight for? I'm so excited. I have been a Hunger Games fan since I was a little itty bitty girl, and I used to like pretend I was like Katniss when I was young, and like I just love all the movies, I love all the books, so I'm so excited to get to another one of Hunger Games books. So I'm hoping to finish this in An Unexpected Peril this week and maybe do a Hunger Games rewatch. That's feeling a little ambitious, but that is okay. I also, while I have you here, I wanted to show you guys a little book haul because I did go shopping when I was home for spring break. We all know I love my home Barnes & Noble. Nothing compares. Oh my god, I was at my home Barnes & Noble and one of the workers was like, oh my gosh, we've missed you. We haven't seen you around. I'm like, oh my god. Like, that tells me I go to Barnes & Noble too much because the workers are recognizing me there. I was like, yeah, I've just been at school, but they know that they're my number one. It was just so funny. I'm like, I come here a lot. So a little haul because I felt like I needed a little treat for the last 3 months of wintry hell this semester has given me. So I got The Will of Minnie by James Islington. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. And like, this book has been on my radar for so long, and this is like a book club book for me for April, and I'm like, you know what, now I just need to get it. It always intimidated me though. It sounds really good, but the length has intimidated me. It's about an elite Caitlin Academy. A young fugitive uncovers layered mysteries and world-changing secrets in this new fantasy series. So I love an elite academy. If one thing that we have learned about me in this channel is I love myself an elite academy. Hopefully, I think I'm gonna get to this in April, but it's intimidating, but it looks really good and it looks right up my alley. So I bought this. This is not a surprise to anyone. This was just one that like I've had to buy for a while and I've been putting off. It's just Oathbringer. I think I am gonna start this soon though. Because I don't want to forget too much of what happened. I can already kind of feel it fading. I think what I'm going to do for this book when I start it, and I think I might start it like soon. Oh my gosh, also look at this. The map, that's really sick. Is the part, like there's like 5 parts, but each part is like 300 pages, which is like a full-size book. So I think I'm going to read a part and then another book and then a part and then another book and like kind of switch off because I know myself and I know I can't read all this in one sitting. I just can't. I need books in between. This is going to be my beast that we start soon. And the next book I got in my little haul was Anxious People by Frederick Backman. I think I found like a new favorite author. I loved Beartown so much and I was just like, I need to have another one of his books on my shelves, like ready to go. So, and I've heard really good things about Anxious People and I'm not quite sure what it's about. I literally was going fully off hype, all the hype. I was like, which one have I heard about? Which might not be the best way to go about it. But I just loved Beartown so much. I think this one's like about a hostage situation and like people are in the hostage. I like going into books not knowing much though, so we're just gonna keep it at that. And then I was so excited when I got there. I realized Slaying the Vampire Conqueror by Krista Broadbent is now like being sold in stores. It's not just like an indie thing. And I am so excited because I wanted to read this before I read her new book for the duology, which I don't think it matters, but like this has just been on my radar and I love Krista Broadbent, so been very excited to get to her. I just love her vampire books. I love them so much. So this has like been on like my want to read list for so long and I don't know why I never like bought it, but I think it's because if I don't see it in front of me in a store, I'm not gonna think about it ever, and I think that's why. But now I have it. It says, she was commanded to kill him with a single strike to the heart. She didn't expect one of her own to betray her. That sounds intriguing. I'm very intrigued. Got a fun little vampire book. This one I've actually bought before, and I bought it and I have no idea where I put it. Truly, for the life of me, I have no idea. So I just bought it again because it's a cheap little baby book, but it's In Company of Witches by Raleigh Wallace, and this is a book I actually really want to read in spring. I think like a fun little witchy cozy mystery might be a fun spring vibe. I know it sounds like an autumn vibe, but like this cover is kind of giving spring, like a dark spring, which I love myself a dark spring. It says, when a guest dies at the B&B, she helps her aunts run. A young witch must rely on some good old-fashioned investigating to clear her aunt's name in this magical and charming new cozy mystery. And cozy mystery is not a genre I have like fully gotten into, but it is one that I think I'm really gonna enjoy because I love cozy fantasy. So I don't know why I haven't gotten into cozy mystery because I love anything cozy. So I just couldn't stop thinking about wanting to read this book, and I'm like, where have I put it? And I don't know where I put it. So I just bought another one. And then after Beartown, I was in a big romance mood. So this is where this purchase has come from, and it is Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer. It's another hockey romance. I love myself a hockey romance, so I feel like I wanted one on deck for when I was in the mood. It says he's the hockey player she had a crush on in high school, and she's his new live-in assistant. In this tension-filled hockey romance, she must take a risk in love or leave him out on the ice. So I just really love myself hockey romance, and I've heard good things about the series, so when the mood strikes, we'll read this. And then the last book I got is Men Who Hate Women by Laura Bates, and this is a book way out of my comfort zone, but it is a book on my 2025 TBR, so it is one I really want to get to, and it's just really fascinating to me what this book is about. It's basically kind of deep dives into how deep misogyny runs like in these forums on the internet. And I think that's so interesting because I do like see it kind of seeping into our everyday lives, and I want to like kind of learn more about it. I think it'll be interesting, and it's definitely out of my comfort zone, but it's kind of was my goal for the year. I always love like expanding my taste with reading and like learning more, so this is on the TBR, so I kind of had to get to it, you know? Those are all the books I got. Little mini haul. And these are the 2 books for the rest of the vlog. I think I'm gonna start Sunrise on the Reaping either tonight or this afternoon, depending on how much time I have. So tonight I'm actually seeing the new movie, The Woman in the Yard. It's a new horror movie, but I'm seeing it with one of my friends, and I'm really excited because I've heard really good things about it, and it looks really good. So I know it's gonna freak me out though, so that's okay. But I'll let you guys know how that is. And I think the rest of the day I have a book club thing at like 3, but I might read a little bit during that. It's like a little live stream, and yeah, I gotta do a little bit of homework, but we might alternate and see how it goes. But tonight I think I'm really gonna start diving deeply into Sunrise on the Reaping, and I think tomorrow I'll give you an update. And yeah, I'm just really excited to be kind of back vlogging and doing these cozier vlogs. And I think tomorrow I might do my April spread, tomorrow or Tuesday. But yeah, that's kind of all I got for now. I've been talking for a long time, but I will chat with you guys a little bit more later. next day now, and I decided to do a little journaling, and I really wanted to do my April spread. It's the 31st, so I was like, let's just get ahead of it while I have the time. So I decided to get a little crazy this month, so I have a little calendar spread like I do for my yearly one, but I thought it would be fun just to have this here for April. And then I did this last year, but I didn't do it this intricately, and I really like it. I used these stickers and I love the way that turned out, so I love this page. I'm a little iffy because then you turn and then I have my TBR and like kind of regular spread page. I don't know how I love the color combo of these stickers, but I had so many of them and I'm like, I should use it. I think part of the problem is my printer is out of like black ink, and it has been for a couple months, and I need to fix that. So that's okay though, but I do really like how it turned out. I love having like the pictures of the TBR. That's one of my favorite ways to do a spread. And I just have my stats, my book read. Also, I saw the new kittens at home this month, and this little sticker reminds me of Winnie and Fergie, so I thought I would just include that, sneak that in somewhere. So that's the April spread. I'm very happy with it. And for a little reading update, I am about 104 pages into Sunrise on the Reaping, and I foresee this being a 5-star read. I just foresee it. I am loving it so much so far, and Suzanne Collins is just a genius, and it's crazy that like I loved her books when I was like in 6th grade, and I'm still loving them as like a 21-year-old, and I think that's just, she's so talented. I love her, and her stories are just like timeless. And it's also kind of funny because like, right, so this is Haymitch's story, and I'm literally just imagining him as the actor Haymitch in the movie, but he's supposed to be like 16, and I'm like, but I'm imagining him as like that actor, and I'm like, this is so bad. But it's actually so interesting because we're getting cameos from characters that are in the Hunger Games and that he has had interactions with like in the past, and it's like clicking so much for some of the reasons he did what he did in Hunger Games and Catching Fire, and like who his alliances he wanted for Katniss and his strategies that he went by for Katniss, and it's all just kind of like clicking for me. I feel like this book was so needed to like have a deeper understanding of the Hunger Games, and because Haymitch was such like a vital character. I fear too, because like we know where he ends up, and I fear there's no good outcome for his future, even though like obviously we know he wins the Hunger Games because he's there in the 75th Hunger Games, but I fear nothing else good is going to come of that. But right now I'm kind of at the part where like they're training, and it's just interesting too because like we saw in Lucy Baird the Hunger Games then, and like how vastly different the Hunger Games were back then, like when there was just no finesse or no like spectacle about it, and we saw kind of how Snow made that happen. And now it's like it's the 50th, and Snow is now has his hand in the pot in it. He's the president now, and it's interesting how much he's changed in that time frame, but it's also interesting how much has changed from Haymitch's to Katniss's, because the treatment is still vastly different. Like they're still not exactly treating them as lavishly as they do in the Hunger Games, but it's better than the first one. So it's interesting seeing how like the slow transition to like how slow actually it was to get to where it was in the Hunger Games. So I like the regular one. So I thought that was really interesting. Also, it's making sense Haymitch's relationship with Katniss because they are so similar. Like it's so interesting to see how similar they are. And it makes sense why Haymitch was so hard on her, as well as being so like protective of her at the same time, because like they are very similar. Anyway, we're kind of at a part 2. It's interesting too because like he is very rebellious, and we see that obviously in the Hunger Games, but like it's definitely not as like forefront. Definitely do see, I feel like he's going to be punished for this rebellion that he's kind of inwardly doing. He said something interesting that was very similar to like what Peeta said, like in the Hunger Games when Peeta was like, I just don't want them to like own me or like control me or something like that. Like, and Haymitch does something very similar. So like we see similarities between Haymitch and Peeta too. Anyway, I'm really loving this book. So that's where I am with that. I have class in a couple hours. I've spent all morning doing my journaling, so I have to do a little bit of homework now. but I'm hoping to get that done by the time I go to class, because then tonight I can get much further in Sunrise on the Reaping because I'm really into it. It's really good so far. And yeah, I'm hoping to finish this sometime this week. I don't foresee myself finishing both this and the next Veronica Speedwell book in this vlog, but I do think I'm going to be able to start the Veronica Speedwell book. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Just wanted to give you guys an update and talk about my journal for a little bit and how I'm feeling about Sunrise. Yeah, I think I'm gonna read some more tonight. Update you guys when I get like to the games. I hope this isn't too spoilerly. Like, I feel like I'm only saying stuff about the Hunger Games that's like very common knowledge. I feel like this is kind of like a safe ground to talk about because the Hunger Games have been out for so long, but I'm sorry if this is a little too spoilery. I'm trying not to like give too much away. So, but yeah, once we get to the games, I will let you guys know how I'm feeling a little bit more. Hi guys, I just needed to give you a quick little update because tell me why I have already gotten to part 2 and I cannot stop reading. I am already on page 257 and it's 9 o'clock, so I have like more than 100 pages left, so I'm fearing I won't finish tonight. But tomorrow is definitely getting this book done and I'm reading it so much faster than I thought I would. It's so good. So good. It also, I didn't mean to do the Katniss braid, but this is what I do before bed. I'm feeling very much in character. This book is just impacting me like that. I'm dying at how good this book is. Like, we finally have gotten to the games and Haymitch has a lot of sneaky plans up his sleeve and I'm like, how are you planning on getting out of this one, bestie? Like, I know how it ends because obviously I've seen the Hunger Games, so I'm like, how do you get out of this? Like, it can't be good. Like, there has to be a reason for that drinking problem he has. So I'm waiting for the ball to drop because like it's like I know what's gonna happen, but like at what cost? Also, like, some of the characters, I've grown so attached to like the side characters, like the other kids, and now like watching them in the games, it's highly upsetting me because I'm like, because obviously there can only be one victor, so like some of the deaths of these characters, like Suzanne Collins has done such a great job of building up their characters and I'm like, I'm devastated right now, truly. The arena is also really interesting, like learning about the arena, and I feel like being in an arena like this would be so disorienting. This might be one of the worst things I feel like they could have concocted for an arena. This would drive me insane. I can definitely see why this is a quarter quell, like how they've gone above and beyond. But I just want to give you guys an update because I'm still loving it, and I feel like this is definitely going to be a 5-star. We also saw another character from the Hunger Games that I adore. So I'm like, it was really fun to see her younger. The end of part 2 was insane and quite frankly very upsetting. So I needed to see more, so I'm gonna keep reading, but I wanted to let you guys know that the games are going and they're stressing me out. You know what's also stressing me out? I just got an email about class registration for next semester, and that's always stressful. So I need to take my mind off of it because I don't know if any of you, my stomach starts to hurt when I get stressed and I'm feeling a tummy ache. So we're gonna keep reading. I need to do a little bit of editing, but definitely not gonna finish tonight, but I'm gonna finish tomorrow. I know this final part is gonna tear me to pieces, so catch me crying tomorrow. I will see you guys then. So this was unreal how good this book was. This is a 5-star book. This is a 6-star read. Like, and I haven't had like a 6-star read in a really long time. I'm actually like, when I finished this last night, I did not want to talk. I did not want to read another book. I wanted to lay in bed and think about this, and I immediately went on TikTok and I was like, Sunrise of the Reaping, and which I've been avoiding all along. And so like I've been looking at all the fan theories all the time, and it's just like connecting all these dots. I called my mom for like 30 minutes and like talked about it. I told my dad he has to read it. Like, I need everyone to read this book. I feel like this book answered so many open-ended questions we had after like watching the Hunger Games or reading the Hunger Games. Like, it all goes together so perfectly. I'm like, I feel like there's no way she like wrote this recently. Like, I feel like it has to have been like, I feel like she had to have written them all together because it all just like goes together so seamlessly. I was also so devastated at the end. Like, there's a little epilogue part where it was like, why don't you just shoot me in the heart, Suzanne Collins? Like, that would be less painful, okay? Sorry, I moved my position. I did not like the lighting that wherever I was giving. So I feel like this book really gave me a lot of insight into Haymitch, because I feel like in the beginning he's kind of a mystery and he's kind of like, why is he like this? Like, obviously he ends up having a soft spot for Katniss in the Hunger Games, and like, you just don't really understand like why like it was brought out of him, and like why he drinks so heavily, and like why he does all this thing that just answers all of that. And I think it like really showed how deeply he cares for other people, and like it makes me so sad like thinking about how he had to see tribute after tribute after tribute every year, like that he knew he couldn't save. Like, he couldn't save the people in the arena, like, and it's just, it was so devastating. And he just has like the biggest heart, and I love him. And also just all the cameos we got. Like, I feel like, oh my god, pet peeve on TikTok, I've been seeing people are like, oh, this is a fan service book, like it's a fan service, like with all the cameos. I'm like, no. I'm like, I feel like it was just explaining the backgrounds of like all these people, and like I don't feel like it was fan service at all. Like, I feel like it was like showing like how interconnected it was throughout the whole time. And it was interesting to see too like how long this revolution has been a brewing. Like, it wasn't just like Katniss showed up and it's like, oh, all of a sudden we're having a revolution. It was like, no, like this has been in the works. So anyway, really interesting to see his point of view. His story is devastating. This might be one of my favorites. I loved it. I fear just to make me feel slumpy. So last night I ended up just watching the Hunger Games and playing some Animal Crossing and knitting. So that was definitely the right choice. That was a great night. Watching the Hunger Games too, like there's so many connections. His behaviors were like all clicking for me and I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane to watch it now. So I'm definitely gonna just continue my rewatch of the Hunger Games. I'm really excited for this movie. Let me know who like you'd like fan cast in this, because like I have some ideas, because like, well, I'm struggling with Haymitch because I just imagined him as the Haymitch character, which is not, like, can we just put him in a wig? Can we give him like a Bieber cut? This book was just phenomenal, and I don't want to say too much because I don't want to be spoilery, but I'm thinking about starting like a little Discord book club where I would love to be able to like talk in depth with you guys about like books like this that I feel like I want to talk to people about. So let me know if any of you guys would be interested in me starting that, and we could like just chat about books like that. Let me know if you're interested in that. Anyway, 6-star read. This was so good. So yeah, also update with a little knitting update. I'm still making my little shawl thing. I'm really proud. This is like my first knitting project and I feel like it's going really well. It'll be ready next winter. So I've been working on that. I've also been watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer and I really like that show so far. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. Her fits are so cute. And also got back into Animal Crossing, which I'm having a lot of fun with. Also, if you have any Switch recommendations, let me know because I'm kind of just getting into the Switch. But now for our next book of the vlog, it's only Wednesday. I totally have time to start An Unexpected Peril. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it because I don't want to like put too much pressure on myself after finishing a 6-star read, but I am really excited to start this because I do really like Veronica Speedwell. I am a little nervous because like everyone I've heard talk about this one in particular said this is one of their least favorites in the series. So, but I'm trying not to let it get to me. I've liked every book I've read by it, so I don't want to like let it taint my opinion. So this one I think is about like finding a missing princess, which might not be my favorite of like the types of mysteries that she does, but I am here for Veronica and Stover because I love their relationship. It is so cute. Oh, their banter is just so good. So I'm definitely looking forward to a little bit of witty banter. So it's about 6 right now. I have some groceries on the way, so I think I'm just gonna read until my groceries get here. So that's kind of all I got for you right now though. I'm gonna get started on An Unexpected Peril and maybe knit a little bit more tonight. I'll let you know if this is exactly like every other Veronica Speedwell book, and I'm loving it as usual. So I wanted to give a little update about An Unexpected Peril. I actually am getting a lot more time to read this weekend than I thought I would, and part of that is because I thought I was gonna have a lot more homework, but my professor was like, told us about it in class this week, but like on Thursday, but it's Saturday now and we still don't have the homework. The due date hasn't changed, which is lovely. So I haven't even been able to start that. Honestly, I'm not even really complaining because I would have felt way more guilty about like spending all my time reading. Speaking of reading, I have gotten to page 164 of An Unexpected Peril. I'm like every other Veronica Speedwell book, I'm really enjoying it, and I don't think that comes as like a very complete shock to anyone. Is it my favorite Veronica Speedwell book? No, but I do really like it for the most part. I think it's really interesting seeing the relationship dynamic with Stoker and Veronica evolve. I'm really liking kind of this stage of them. They've obviously always had like very witty banter, but it's interesting to see how that banter, like they still have it, but it's interesting like how it's evolving throughout their relationship. I also love the scenes where he like gets a little jealous because he's so like reserved and so like grumpy pants, but like when he has those like rare moments of like stuff like that, like it's like being very protective over her. I absolutely adore it. And it's also really interesting because I thought I wasn't gonna be super enjoying like the mystery of this. I was like, I don't know if I care about like a princess that's missing, but there is a murder that is splashed in here. So I am enjoying like that kind of mystery the most. I think I like the premise of it. I think it's interesting, but like the people around it I'm not getting as attached to as I normally do. But I'm still obviously loving Veronica and Stoker. There's just one character who's like a chef. Like if you know, we get a little cameo of him in here, and I really was excited to see him. He's one of my favorites. But yeah, I'm also really glad I'm reading this now because it is set in like the dead of January, and I just can't see myself like really being immersed in this when it's getting too warm into spring. We definitely have some like really cold weather up here still, but we're definitely at the tail end of winter, so I was on a time crunch for this one. I just love seeing Veronica and Stoker get up to their shenanigans. The beginning was definitely a little bit slow. I was like, okay, like let's get into it. But like the last probably like 50 pages or so, I've been getting a lot more into it. And like, I think because they're getting like further, like deeper into the murder mystery and the missing princess mystery. I'm just loving Veronica. It's so funny because like she's always just like itching to like do something like this, and like Stoker's like, do I have to like put myself in this again? Like come on girl, like come on. And like he's always so reluctant to get into it, but like he'll do it anyway for her, and I just love that. But it's so funny watching him be so grumpy about it. He's like, oh my god, not another murder, like are you serious? Like I'm not doing this. She's like, no, but you are though. Like you totally are. And I think partly it's because Veronica is just such an anomaly. Oh my gosh, I just saw my first bug of spring. It's on my window. That's so gross. All right, well, I guess I am on a shorter time crunch than I thought, because if we're getting bugs, it's too close to spring for my liking. All right, it's outside, not inside, and stay out. Anyway, her nature is just like the opposite of like domestic is Veronica. So she can really only go like a few months, like being like in her little like cottage in like Britain. I love how Stoker is, he complains, but he is always along for the ride. Like he's not gonna let her do it by herself, but like he will complain about it the whole time, which honestly I resonate with more than anything, because like I will do things, I will do hard things, I will just complain the entire time, and that is my toxic annoying trait. Anyway, I am liking this. I love the Veronica Speedwell. I really am hoping to finish this in this series in the next at least by the end of May, because I've been reading this for over a year now, and we need to wrap it up. It's like 6 o'clock. I'm just feeling very tired tonight. I just feel like weird. Like I'm not like sick, but I don't feel good. I'm gonna try and read for a couple hours, but I don't think I'm gonna be like awake enough to read into the night. But you know what I do want to do? I have been itching to watch Legally Blonde, and like I was contemplating watching Catching Fire tonight because I do want to continue my Hunger Games rewatch, and I'm going to continue the Hunger Games rewatch, but I really want to watch Legally Blonde. Like the last couple of days I've been like, it sounds really good right now. So I think that's what we're gonna do later tonight after a few more hours of reading. I'm on, as I said, I'm on page 165. I'd like to get to like 240 because then I just have 100 pages to read like tomorrow morning. And I feel like a good like chill Sunday morning to finish a Veronica Speedwell book sounds honestly perfect. So I want to save a little bit of that for tomorrow. But yeah, I think tonight we'll watch Legally Blonde. I was gonna make cupcakes, but like my stomach feels weird, so I'm not gonna do that, I don't think, anymore. But I might make some popcorn. I'm gonna read for a couple more hours and then watch some Legally Blonde. Talk to you guys tomorrow and wrap up the vlog and with thoughts on An Unexpected Peril. So let's chat a little bit about An Unexpected Peril. I really enjoyed this one. I really did. I just finished it this morning. It's not my favorite Veronica Speedwell book, but it's also not my least favorite. It's kind of like somewhere in the middle for me. I only have 3 more books. 7, 8, 9. Can I not do math? How many books do I have left? I only have 3 more books that are released so far, and I am just devastated, honestly. But now I don't know why, like I just have like a bug to finish all of them, so I probably will be reading the next one relatively soon. So let's talk about the things that I liked about this book. I loved how Veronica and Stoker's relationship progressed in this book. I feel like we had a lot of really great like breakthroughs. Stoker was like giving with like the confessions of love, and like, oh, the things he said to her were just so sweet and just so him. He did it in such of like a him way, but like we still haven't lost any of that banter and any of like his grumpiness. We never lose any of like their character, which I feel like happens throughout long series where like relationships progress. And let's be real, like the main reason I love this book so much is because of like who Veronica and Stoker are and their dynamic. Sometimes with these books I can predict it, sometimes I don't. I didn't predict this one. The big reveal at the end, like it did get me in this one. I did not see this one coming, and I feel like I usually don't see it coming, but I have once or twice. This one got me, so I really liked that. It was also set, the princess that was lost was the princess of this really like niche small country like in between France and Germany. Like their whole thing is like mountain climbing. They have a big mountain, like that's kind of what the story revolves around, like this mountain climbing and the murder on the mountain climbing. I actually really liked like the atmospheric, like describing the mountain and describing like this really small European country, which I found really interesting. I do wish though that they would have gone to this country, because I feel like that would have been like a fun way to switch it up. And I don't know, I just love small European countrysides, so would have liked that. But it was fun to, it was very like atmospheric, so I liked it in that sense. Got a ton of new characters. I really liked a few of them, felt iffy about some. Yeah, I'm super excited to read more though. The things I didn't, my only issues with it were, I feel like with the kind of adventure in this book, I guess, that they went on, it wasn't the most adventurous I've seen of them. Like I feel like it was a little bit tamer, a little bit more dull compared to like the shenanigans they've gotten up to throughout the entire, like throughout the series. I feel like their kind of mission throughout this like was a little repetitive, which I didn't love. Like I wish that they like did more. schemed a little bit more. That is quite all right. Still really enjoy this book. That was honestly my only big thing. I really want to see them go like somewhere, like do something, because like their whole things, they love to, like, both of them love doing like exhibitions and going off seeing new places, and I would love to see that. But yeah, overall really solid installment in the series, and I'm so sad I'm getting towards the end, but I am really excited to like say that like I've read them all. Definitely gonna be reading the next one soon-ish. Let's see what the next one's about. Like, I'm curious. The next one's the 7th one. It's called Impossible Imposter. Oh, it's like investigating a man claiming to be a long-lost heir to a notable family. I get it. An imposter. So that's interesting. That's something new. So I'm excited to get to that one and see what that one brings. But yeah, I think this is a solid 4-star read, I would say. And then my final ratings for the other 2 books I read in this vlog. Wild Side, I think I'm gonna give 3.5 now that I sit on it. I haven't thought about it since. It just really didn't stand out to me in the scheme of Elsie Silver books, but I still had like a really fun time reading it. I read it so fast. It was a really quick read and like still a really solid romance. I just have really high expectations for Elsie Silver, and I feel like that makes me harsher on her ratings. Still a really good read, and I think 3.5, 3.75 is where I'd settle for that. And then Sunrise on the Reaping, 5-star read, 6-star read. I've been non-stop on like Sunrise on the Reaping TikTok. Everyone destroys me. Like, I'm like have like saved folders of like Hunger Games stuff now. I'm like, I can't do this. So yeah, definitely need to finish that Hunger Games rewatch that I'm really into right now. I did watch Legally Blonde last night. That's a great movie. Like, tell me why I was like tearing up at the end. Like, it's an amazing movie, and I always kind of forget about it until I get an itch to watch it like every so often, and I'm glad I did. I knitted for a while, which was really fun. I did not finish That Little Tale, but we're getting there. We will continue to work on it throughout the vlogs. But yeah, that is the end of this week's reading vlog, and I am so sorry. I've been so inconsistent honestly this school year. Moving away from home and starting at like a big college has been a really big adjustment for me. I definitely have been struggling a little bit throughout this year, just like being really overwhelmed. That doesn't mean I haven't been thinking about you guys and thinking about like videos that you might want to see, and like if I ever don't like post for a few weeks, I'm coming back, rest assured. I'm just overwhelmed. That's pretty much always the explanation. I'm just overwhelmed. But thank you guys always for sticking with me and sticking by me. It means the absolute world to me. I feel like too this week, like kind of going back to my roots of just doing a very like chill reading vlog and not putting pressure on myself to read, and reading when I want to read, reading what I want to read, and just kind of doing my cozy activities did get me out of my slump. I will say, like, it kind of has put me in my groove back of wanting to film, wanting to pick up the camera. So I feel like I'm definitely going to keep going back to doing my just OG videos like this. I'll probably mix it up and like do like themed ones over the summer. For right now, I really have been enjoying these. But thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. If you like my videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much again, and I hope you guys have such a fabulous week, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.